JR, going into this week, Drew Lock, obviously one of the top passers in the SEC. What have you seen by watching game film on him, and what are the challenges that he presents for the secondary?
Drew Lock, he has a very big arm. We experienced that last year. What I've seen that a lot of people don't really get to see is that he extends a lot of plays. He just sits back there in that pocket. If it's not open, he's going to just sit there and wait, and you got to do a good job on scramble drill.
Along with him, how's the weapons he has, how does that make it tougher with Emmanuel Hall and Okwuegbunam tight end and just all those different options he has?
Those guys are very speedy on the outside. They can get open, they can run past anybody. So we got to play a good technique and stay over the top, not allow big plays.
Have you guys seen some clips of Hall last year beating you guys deep?
Yeah, we watched that last year, and then we went in and watched it yesterday. We just got to not give up those explosive plays this whole game, no matter who it is.
What makes him so good in that regard, going vertical in terms of?
He's just very fast. He's very quick in and out his routes, and he's a speedster.
When you're at your spot, a lot of people think of it as a kind of run stop the spot. First, when you go into a game like this, how much is it kind of switch to making sure you're being a help, or you might find yourself in some one-on-one coverage for a little bit more?
It doesn't really switch. You got to adjust to whatever your opponent is doing this week. It's always stop the run first and then pass, and don't give explosive plays this week, and that's going to be the main thing to win this game.
When thinking about the Missouri game last year, does that motivate you guys at all this year? They're one of the, few teams that had success going deep against the secondary last year.
Not really. We just keep our goals in hand. Nothing from last year really motivates us. Besides, losing that national championship, you always have somewhat of a bad taste, but nothing from that last year's game really is motivation.
Jared, some people think Missouri might be the second best team in the East, but you guys are favored by 2 touchdowns or something. What's the gap between Georgia and the rest of the East? Is there a worry about complacency that you guys think you're going to land on no matter what, or what?
No, we don't think that at all. Every week we set a standard just like we did against Middle Tennessee, just like we did against South Carolina. We go out there, we play to a certain standard here at Georgia.
Can I follow up on that? You've been through the grind before. Can you just talk about what it's like going through a conference schedule here, and maybe do you think that maybe the East is deeper than the top 25 shows?
It's fun. I love it. I love it, and that's why people come to play at Georgia. That's why I came here, is to play against the great competition. Against great teams that can pass the ball like that, against Drew Lock, who might be a first-round pick, a first-round quarterback. So it's always fun, and I love the challenge.
What's it been like watching Richard kind of grow up beside you? Obviously, you played a lot last year. This is his first year of getting a lot of experience like that. What have you seen from him, and how far has he come already this season?
He's done a good job. He always has room for improvement. Richard's like a little brother to me, so I'm always pushing him to be better, and good isn't good enough, and great is not great enough. So I just got to always push him. Just the more he gets better, the more the team gets better, and the better I feel.
Have you caught any other games? For instance, Alabama's win at Ole Miss at 62-7, I think it was. It certainly appears that you two teams that are highest ranked could be on a collision course in some way. Do you pay any attention to that at all?
I watch the game just to watch it for fun, but I don't pay attention to what's going to happen in weeks to come and months to come.
Can you talk about what Elijah Holyfield is like during practice? Kirby's talked to us about how physical he is at every snap.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most physical backs we've seen. He's learned from Nick and Sony and how to practice, and he works very hard in practice. He pushes us on the secondary and the defense to really get after him, and he does a good job of doing that. And I definitely think he's probably one of the hardest backs in the SEC to bring down.
How does this Missouri's whole offensive concept compare to what you guys have seen in the last 2 weeks in Middle Tennessee State and South Carolina?
It's different. They like to spread the ball, they like to go tempo, and they like to beat you deep. And so each week is going to be different. When you come to the SEC, you're going to face a different team, a different concept. And so the different ways they want to attack us is just explosive plays, and those are things we can't give up.
Is that one of the main things, just a little bit more vertical than?
Yeah, they're more of a vertical threat than what we have faced.
Yeah.
They like to go deep. What you see on film with that team, they like to pass it. They threw for almost 600 this past game and had 92 plays. So they're up tempo. They want to go.
What challenges their tight ends present you? I think Kirby said earlier, there's not a lot of guys that match up with 6'5", 240, 265 out on the perimeter. Because what difficulties does that present for you guys, especially, you know, as a safety?
He's just a big body guy, you know. He has some good speed. He's big body and likes to use his body on you. So we go against a guy that's that big, 6'5". He'll definitely body you out of some balls. So you have to play with some good technique and be very physical with him.
How often were you, or I guess in you guys' defense, how often did you end up in man-to-man coverage versus a guy like that? And is that something you feel comfortable doing?
I feel comfortable going against man against anybody.
What are your thoughts about Locke? I may have been late to the party. That was probably the first question you were asked today, but thoughts about playing against him?
He's a great quarterback, big arm. He likes to extend plays, and he puts the ball on the money for his receivers. I mean, there's some throws I saw in that Purdue game that just, you know, was like, wow. Just took me, I was like, you got to just play tight coverage.
Did last year's game here with those two 60-plus yard bombs early by them, that kind of startled y'all a little bit?
Not at all. You know, you play a good team like that, things are going to happen. That's not something that we want to happen from the defensive standpoint, but you just got to rally back and then, you know, end up stopping them like we did in the second half.
What makes Drew unique? What are some things that only he can do when you watch him on film?
He can throw the ball, I mean, probably the length of the field, really, if he wanted to, and he can extend plays, and he can put the ball anywhere the receiver can catch it. I mean, you can be right on the receiver, and he'll put the ball where you can't defend it, only the receiver can catch.